Okay, y'all, people feel like Lizzo is trolling and clout chasing when it comes to Nicki Minaj. So Lizzo dropped a new album the other day, and the very first thing she does is repost Nicki's diss tweet to her own song. And the caption says, "Since I'm blocked." First, that has everyone's attention. Now, Nicki Minaj did come for Lizzo back in February with a tweet that said, "Fat Lizzo lost 300 pounds just to sell 300 albums." So now she has loose skin and a flopped album and a weird charge. Sheesh. Basically, Lizzo posted Nicki Minaj's tweet over her song and tweeted, "Since I'm blocked." And I guess a lot of people felt like this was a diss towards Nicki Minaj, and some people feel like this was not a diss. If you guys don't know why Nicki Minaj came for Lizzo back in February, basically it's a little political stuff. Lizzo was shading her Trump support, and Trevor Noah made a joke at the Grammys, and Lizzo was caught on camera laughing at this joke, and the next thing you know, Nicki Minaj started coming for Lizzo. If you guys don't know about the weird charge that Nicki Minaj is talking about, Lizzo was getting sued by her ex-dancers, and it was a civil lawsuit, not a criminal one, and some of the claims have already been dropped. I really didn't have too much to say when Nicki Minaj was tweeting that stuff. She did say something, but she decided to really say something a couple of weeks ago on her TikTok live stream.
Are not my business. So I don't really know what exactly was said about me, but I do know that there were some things said about me from her on the internet. I am choosing not to know about that. I don't want to know. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference to my everyday life. Whether someone likes me or not, or whether they say something mean about me or not. I just have to keep it pushing. I hope that's a sufficient answer.
Megan Thee Stallion is facing a new lawsuit from a celebrity stylist, Eric Archibald, who claims he's owed more than $1.2 million for styling and wardrobe-related services. It seems like Megan Thee Stallion cannot stay out of court. Every other month, sis is in court. Now, according to the lawsuit, the stylist says he and his company handled wardrobe pulls, styling services, and fashion-related expenses for Megan over an extended period. He also claims invoices were submitted but never paid. Now, Megan's team is pushing back hard. They're saying they reviewed the invoices and found charges they believe were unsupported, inflated, or couldn't be verified. So Megan's cap says this isn't simply a matter of refusing to pay, it's a matter of disputing the accuracy of the bill. Basically, Megan Thee Stallion team feels like he was overcharging Megan Thee Stallion, and some of the things they can't even support, like, hey, why are you charging Megan Thee Stallion for this? And they don't know why they charge Megan Thee Stallion that. And that's not all, y'all. The lawsuit includes invoices and deal memos for events, including Megan Thee Stallion's Pete and Thomas Foundation Gala. The invoice reportedly totaled $53,000 for styling services, assistance, prep days, and 3 gowns. But it seems like Megan Thee Stallion team is fighting back. They're not just letting her get sued for $1.2 million. Like I said, they feel like some of these charges make no sense, and they are going to be looking into it. But still, it seems like sis needs a break from the courtroom.
It seems like Megan Thee Stallion cannot escape legal troubles, but you know what they say, more money, more problems. So Megan's facing a lawsuit from celebrity stylist Eric Archibald and styling company 6K, who claim that they are owed more than $1.2 million in unpaid wardrobe styling. According to the lawsuit, the styling team provided services for Megan between 2024 and 2025 and say multiple invoices went unpaid despite repeated attempts to collect payment. The invoice included in the lawsuit reportedly seeks more than $53,000 for styling services connected to Megan's Pete and Thomas Foundation Gala. But Megan is pushing back. According to her representatives, an internal audit uncovered what they described as fraudulent invoices, unsupported expenses, and wardrobe shipments linked to questionable addresses. Megan's team said they discovered these issues before the lawsuit was filed and attempted to resolve the matter privately. They also say that Megan refuses to pay charges that cannot be properly verified. As of now, no court ruling has been made. Now, Megan has a really good team and her lawyers don't play, so she might be able to beat this. But damn, I'm just saying, give Megan a break. Keep her out the...
With Nicki, he is calling Nicki Minaj out once again on Twitter after Nicki has failed to respond countless times. Keep in mind, this whole debacle between Nicki and Lizzo started after Lizzo commented on what Nicki was doing unwarrantedly. After Lizzo said she wasn't surprised that Nicki Minaj switched sides, Nicki Minaj responded on X how Lizzo dropped 300 on a scale and only sold 300 albums. Now, Lizzo previously went live claiming she didn't know what Nicki Minaj said about her and didn't care to know, but it's looking like that's the furthest thing from the truth, because a couple of weeks later, she is now adding Nicki Minaj claiming that Nicki blocked her in an attempt to promote her latest song. I know me, I like mess, and I listened to the snippet she attached. It had nothing to do with Nicki Minaj, hence on why I didn't include it in this video. What I will say is it was giving Burlington Coat Factory music. Yo, no, I feel like she needs to take a stark look at her career and really figure out if she wants to gear toward the 45 and up crew, if she wants to follow in the footsteps of Ellie Goulding and do more movie soundtracks, that type of stuff more. This song that she just dropped, caca. I don't know who on Lizzo's team is pulling the strings and who is doing the hiring and the firing, but this song is an absolute chop. The only part of the song I really was feeling was the hook, and I feel like that's because it was a sample Meredith Brooks song she came out with many years ago. Lizzo plans on staying afloat in this music industry.
Megan Thee Stallion gets sued by her former stylist. You got Megan Thee Stallion's stylist suing her for unpaid styling and unpaid wardrobe fees. The stylist is claiming she owes him $1.2 million. Megan and her team are denying the allegation, claiming nothing can be verified, charges can't be verified, basically denying all this, right? My thing is, how does somebody end up owing you $1.2 million in unpaid styling fees and wardrobe fees? So that means what? When it was at 50,000, you kept styling it at 100,000 when they owed you. At 200,000 when they owed you. At 400,000, you just kept working until it got to $1.2 million. I don't know about that, but hey, I guess they're gonna have to go to court and handle it in court.
Lizzo is using the Nicki Minaj cheat code methods where she's like, yo, I'm gonna say Nicki name when my album drop and see if these numbers go up. She just did a Drink Champs interview and she was like, yeah, you know, people like when females collab, but they like it even better when they beef and there's a problem. Like, that really brings attention. And then 10 seconds later, Nori was like, yo, if you could make a ladies night remix, like, what 8 female rappers would you put on there?
It's like the symphony too.
I know I said Megan, Doja, Cardi, Lotto, Doechii. Doechii can rap. Glorilla, Sexy Red. Oh, I hope I'm not missing nobody.
Did I forget anybody? I'm not sure. Talking about everything but the Barbie elephant in the room. But Nori definitely called her out on it and was like, oh, this is a great segue to talk about the beef. Because Lizzo finally responded on Twitter this week. Like, she posted what Nicki Minaj said about her and then responded with, like, a remix of her song off her new album, trying to slide in a diss at the last second. And it was, like, the most positive diss you've ever heard.
Used to be the biggest fan, then I lost weight. Wait, let me fixate. I could clear the air and light a fire like Blade. Pop bitch, switch up the rhythm like I'm 6'8". Paid to keep the peace, I don't even like beef. Crazy thing is if you knew me, you would like me.
But yeah, she responded and cleared up her problem.